College Algebra. This is going to be a walkthrough of the Blackboard, which is mainly where you would navigate my course. This is going to be for College Algebra. This may pertain to online as well as in person. So some of this may vary depending on if you're online or in person. But the gist of it is important to both classes. So the first thing to pick up on is there's going to be announcements and the discussion board. I will put out announcements throughout the semester. Make sure you open them up and read them as we move through the semester. A lot of it may be uh, about testing or uh, just general things that you need to be made aware of, especially if you've maybe missed class to miss something. Announcements are always good to check. The discussion board I don't use a whole lot. There are going to be a couple of, excuse me, there's going to be a couple of quizzes there, but most of all, just make sure you check the announcements regularly. And by all means, be sure to be keeping track of your email as well. Uh, we do use email quite a bit at the college, so it'd be a good idea to be looking at your email once a day as a college student. Uh, so I mainly will communicate through texting or email. And that's the way you'll be able to reach me as well as texting and email. So one of the first things in Blackboard is the Getting Started folder. We open that up. One of the things you'll see here is the syllabus, the simple syllabus, if you will. Uh, so you would want to look that up and read through the syllabus. There is a syllabus quiz on the discussion board. Um, so you'll kind of see, again, my name's Brian Thomas. Office location is in the Science Building 120. I really don't use this phone number. It's my office phone number, but I really don't use it. Uh, my email, of course, I use quite a bit. So my email address. And then this is my text number here that would be relevant to you. So make sure there's going to be a text me quiz as well. So you're required to text me for a grade so I can get you into my address contact list. Office hours are here as well. So keep that in mind. My office hours usually are going to be mostly heavy in the mornings, not a whole lot in the afternoons. But I am more than happy to schedule as needed as well outside of office hours. Um, as long as I'm not in class, um, I should be able to meet with you if it's necessary. So notice that 8 to 9:15 Monday through Thursday I have classes, and then Tuesday and Thursday 2 to 3:15 I have classes. Otherwise, most of my stuff this semester is online, so I spend a lot of times in my office just answering emails and texting as well. So that's important to you. Again, make sure you read through the syllabus, kind of get an idea of what's going on. The grading policy, again, I do round up. An 89.5 is an A, but an 89.49 is not. I don't round up an 89.49, but an 89.5 I do. So just keep that in mind that I do round up. So to get a D, you actually need a 59.5 to pass the class. But remember, sometimes if you're transferring to other colleges, Ds may not be transferable. So make sure you talk to your advisors. If you're trying to settle for a grade, Ds may not be transferable. So be sure you're paying attention to your advisors and stuff. They know best about that. Cs are safe. Bs, and from my understanding, most of my students that I've been teaching, they don't really want anything under below an A. Most of my students strive for A's, so I'm very pleased uh, with uh, high goals in taking college courses. Uh, Grading policies, basically, you'll have a homework grade is going to be 25% of your grade. Uh, there are going to be 4 exams in the course, which will represent 70%. The quizzes are really for my in-person classes. So there will be some quizzes throughout the semester, and they'll count up as 5% of your grade. If you miss a quiz, uh, you can make it up at home by recording it and describing each step, or you can also go to the Teaching Learning Center and just make it up at the Teaching Learning Center if you don't want to make a recording from home. So, but there are ways to make up a quiz. So I didn't put the Teaching Learning Center here, but my in-person classes you'll hear that from me mention that as well. Uh, there is an attendance policy for the class, so if you attend class, you get points. If you don't attend class, then you don't get any points. So again, I'll let you read through the rest of it. There's a lot going on here. There's some important dates as well. So there's a lot of special services that are mentioned here, a lot of stuff to pick up on. Uh, so if you're not great at reading, talk to your advisors if you have questions, or talk to your instructors about things as well. So those are your main resources, especially if you aren't quite understanding what's in the syllabus. Okay. The SNAP is something that they use like snow days, or if there's bad weather coming in, a lot of times they'll use Snap as a way to communicate that there will not be any classes happening. So it's not a bad idea to sign up for the Snap service as well. So again, notice how once you've read the syllabus, you click acknowledge that you've read the syllabus. So again, notice how this is not written in stone. If there's some typos that I missed and you catch them, then we can work it out. So, but for the overall, this is the big part of things that, how I grade, what my office hours are, what my email address is, what's my texting. That all can be found in the simple syllabus. Uh, the Teaching Learning Center does have a video as well. So if you are unaware of their services, a lot of my students do use the Teaching Learning Center as a way to get caught up if they get behind. They are very flexible in their hours as well. So again, it's not a bad idea to go down to the library and talk to their services if you have any questions about it. Or again, they have a phone. You can call them and ask questions about their services. So that's the Getting Started folder. As far as navigating the course, My Lab Math All Assignments is how you can access the actual homework and tests. The My Lab Math Gradebook is where you will actually look and see what your grades are, and you can kind of see what you're missing, things like that. So these are your main 2 portals. As far as the material goes, there are 4 modules that we have through the semester. So open up module 1. Notice how it'll open up on a weekly basis. So not everything is accessible at one time. Each week something will open up and you'll have more work to do. So if I click on week 1, this kind of gives you all the stuff that you can navigate. Most of these links work, but I think like some of these homework links, like this R4 polynomials homework assignment, for some reason that link is dead. I have not been able to figure out how to fix it. So since if you can't access your homework assignment there, you can always go up to My Lab All Assignments and access your homework there. So not many of these links are broken, but some of them seem to not have functioned correctly. Otherwise, these links here are video lectures of the course. So these are my longer lectures. Inside of your assignments, there are shorter videos as well. So if you learn by watching, there's a lot of video support of me modeling some of the strategies that I think are useful in navigating the course. So you can purchase guided notes at the bookstore, and these lectures here and what I do in class will mimic the guided notes. So if you're not a great note taker, uh, purchase the guided notes, and that can help you build your notes for you. Again, notes are allowed on your exams. So the better you build notes, the easier it is to navigate the exams uh, at the end of each unit. Uh, we do use the graphing calculator quite a bit, so I will model a lot of videos on how to use the graphing calculator. Again, it's a good idea to purchase one if you can. If you have issues with purchasing one, let me know. We may be able to figure out some options there. But it seems like all of my students don't have a problem with getting a graphing calculator. But if it is something that you have an issue with, just feel free to reach out and we'll see if we can figure something out. So notice how Unit 1 basically goes out to the fifth week. The fifth week is when we'll have the exam window. So uh, we'll have a week to review and do a test. So just pay attention to due dates because there are late penalties on things as well. So again, be sure to read the syllabus, and I will put stuff out in the announcements as well. Unit 4 is the last unit. Notice how it's a really quick week, week 13, 14, 15, and week 16 is the finals week. Note that my courses will end around the Wednesday or Thursday of the finals week, depending on if you're on a Monday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Thursday class. If you're online, it'll probably be a Wednesday is when your course ends. So pay attention to the due dates there as well on things. Uh, there is a e-textbook here, so if you like to see the textbook, if you don't want to purchase one, you can actually use the e-textbook here. That's where all of my stuff comes from, is I actually used the book to build my notes. So I kind of synthesized what I thought was important out of the book into the notes. So I'll stop there. Again, that's where most everything is within Blackboard. So if you got to this video, you're on your way. So hope you have a great semester. Take care.